everybody, Scout Crafty here again. It's Friday, TGIF. Thank God it's Friday. You made it through another week. When we were kids, a couple times, there were things that we would do, like people would come up and say, I got good news, bad news. What do you want to hear first? Good news, bad news. Remember that? And I was always the type that, wanted to get the bad news out of the way, I just give me the bad news first, and then we'll, hopefully the good news will cheer me up, So I don't know which way you are. Some people like the good news first. I don't know, but we got some bad news this week. I had, this was a rough week for me. I had 3 people pass away, friends that I knew. One was a good friend of mine. It was a scout leader with me in a troop for, I knew him for 30 years. Great guy. Just retired 6 months ago. Fantastic guy. Always had a smile on his face, kept himself in good shape, and just went downstairs to feed the cats one day and never came up, and it was just like that. Just so quickly it happens, And then we lost one of our subscribers. You've probably seen him in the comments, Grandpa Lloyd, G. Pa Lloyd. He used to put in another great guy that I used to talk to via email. He told me back in March that he was just diagnosed with cancer, and sure enough, he just recently passed. His girlfriend Glenda let me know, which I really appreciate. But it just goes to show, they always hear that term, live every day to the fullest and live like, but there's so many things going on. We're busy. We got things to do, especially when you're working, and it's very hard to take and sit back and, take each day and really appreciate it, and then around the holidays, right? We always get people passing away around the holidays. It's just the way it is. I don't know why. But anyway, so wanted to dedicate this episode to the people that passed and the people that are left behind. It's rough when you're left behind. You know what I'm talking about. You miss them. When you're gone, your troubles are over, they used to say, right? But when you the people that are left behind, you miss the people. You got to clean up the stuff that they left behind. There's a whole bunch of things that go along with it. So, take it for a minute, think about that, and let's enjoy these moments we have, especially today. Today I'm going to do a couple nice fabrication projects today. To let you know that just to get in the shop and enjoy it, enjoy every moment. Today's going to be, we're going to do some good projects today, I promise you, okay? So let's get started. A couple things I want to do. First thing, let's get started with this old chisel I picked up. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Now, I picked this up a while ago, and as you could see, it was a chisel, But when I was looking at this, I was like, you know what? This thing could be a heavy-duty screwdriver with the right grinding, and and I wanted to put maybe a kind of a hammer handle or something, or a T-handle, or so. I can do so many things with this. And you see it's just a chisel, right? But what is it? Let's get started. This is going to be fantastic. Now, if we were just doing a chisel restoration, we would be almost finished, right? But this is the beginning. This is where we're going to start. Now, I took down some of this area here to thin this out, because remember, it was very stout. And now we're going to take this down to give it a little double taper like you have on. And then we're going to affix some kind of handle. It's coming along nicely. Okay, here we are up in the attic. You know what that means, right? That means it's time for, I'm going to be doing a little bit, yeah, it's a lot of stuff up here, a little bit of engraving. That's right. 2 different fonts. Looking forward to getting this finished. Let's get doing it. Now, to avoid pinning it, I cut grooves in here that when I put the bolt, it'll expand it and lock it into when I put it in. It's got to be pressed in with the dake. Now you know my favorite part. Do you remember what this 50-cent chisel looked like before we started? And we're calling this project done. Take a look at this. This is nice, isn't it? It's almost like a crate hammer. Very heavy because, you know, it's all solid, heavy steel. You can see how we did with the chisel, how that came out nice, right? We you know, made the end down like a screwdriver with the double taper, right? Looks nice. Then we did the top here. You can see it says Scout Crafter on the top here. And then we did Made in the USA over here in the bottom. Just a little engraving on here just to break it up. You could use this as a hammer. You could use this as a pry bar. You know, you got that heavy handle on here. A little brass accent in here with that screw holding it in. And just a nice little project for today, you know. Just had to get down here, do a little bit of, you know, something to get my mind on, you know, off of what's going on and whatnot. And I like, you know what's nice about when you get hex bar, when you chamfer for the edges around it really feels nice. It has a whole different feel, you know. So there we go. There's that's our first project fabrication. I also have something else planned. Let's get to that. Next up, we have a quick one here. I bought this. This was $5 I paid. Now, the only problem I could see with this is at the very tip. You see that's bent there? And you got to be careful because this, you know, the way they're tempered, that could snap back. So you got to be very careful when bending the tip back with this. But that's the only problem. Otherwise, they're very sharp. Very nice pair of whisk scissors. Let's take them apart. These I'm going to put in Evapor Rust. And hopefully that'll get rid of most of the surface rust. Let's do that. Okay, here we are. The rust is mostly gone. You're going to have that staining because this is high carbon. But the problem we have with that tip is these scissors are laminated. And a lot of times you'll see inlaid because they have a good steel laminated with a softer steel so they don't break. But I want to do something crazy with these scissors, you know. First of all, I don't use the tips because that's like for tailor. I want these as a pair of shop scissors. I'm not even going to paint the handles or anything. And it's got some engraving here. I hate this vibrating engraving, you know. Bobby something. You know what? We're just going to have fun with these. We're just going to tear them up and make them into a pair of Franken scissors. Okay, here's where we are. We just took off all the rust, all the inside rust from the inside. Check this out, okay? Okay, it does cut all the way up to the tip, but we're going to take this whole front end off of there. That's right, we're going to make it into a shorty. And I'll tell you what, I don't do any long cuts, and I have a dozen pair of the long ones, but I want a high leverage short scissor, so we're going to do a little bull nose on the front of here. So for the whisk purist, shut the video off right now. Now you know my favorite part. Remember what these whisk scissors look like before we started. And we're calling this project done. I am so excited. I can't tell you how excited I am about this project. First of all, I finally created a pair of scissors I could run with. And, you know, I've always been looking to run with scissors ever since I was told as a kid not to do it. Check this out, what we did. We did it, you know, a whisk makes a pair similar to this, an industrial pair, but oh, these are just the coolest shop scissors ever. Took out the names and all that, redid everything, polished out the inside, sharpened them. Listen to this. Oh, this is just, I cannot tell you, the balance on this, so much better. You know, I never use the tips of scissors. I'm not a tailor, and where I need that full length of cut. You know, I'm like a shop guy. And let me show you how this works. Unbelievable. Okay, first off, we're going to start with the easy stuff. You know, we start with cardboard, you know. And again, look at how this just slices through. And look at the quality of that cut. Oh, it's cardboard. Then we go to a little bit harder. We go to paper. Listen to that cut. all the way to the tip, right? And look at the tip, what we did. Look at that. Look at that tip we made, you know? A blunt tip. I don't have to worry about stabbing myself. Next, we go to paper towel. That's the next hardest thing to cut, more or less. And look at that. I don't want to cut my finger up, but look how sharp. And then the last is material. This is always the hardest to cut. Watch this. Look at that. Look how it cuts through there like it was. And you could bunch it up like this. Look at that. True Frankenstein scissors. I was thinking to put 2 little bolts there. Unbelievable, huh? I'm telling you, for those of you who knew the channel, know I have a few pair of scissors. This might be my favorite. I can't believe it. I just love them. Oh, man, they are so good. Okay. So in closing, we had a couple nice projects today, right? And enjoyed both of those, and very happy with the way they came out. Hopefully a little bit of a tribute to those that we've lost recently and those that are friends of ours that have passed on. And you know, we're all going there sooner or later, so we might as well enjoy it while we can, all right? I hope you have a great day. Enjoy your weekend. Take care now. Bye-bye.